You know how you want to go to the gym or make this healthy food choice instead of snacking or write this book, but you just can't seem to be motivated enough. Well, there is a solution where you can be motivated every single minute and second of the day. The solution is you can't. Please don't click away just yet and let me explain. Do you think Michael Jordan was always, every single minute motivated to play basketball? Do you think Stephen King is motivated to write every single day at 8 or 8:30 a.m.? But he does. The truth is, you cannot be motivated for every single second or minute of the day. It's just not possible. But this realization alone can help you a lot to realize that the people who are successful are just like you and are not always motivated. People who go always to the gym are not always motivated to go to the gym. People who sit down to create or start this project, they're not always motivated to do it. But there's another solution that can help you to still stick to it and keep the motivation going in the long run. Not every single day, but like overall to stay motivated. And I will tell you the solution right now. They all say stuff like the way is the destination or something like that. At least they say it in German. But enjoy the process and so on. But I'm just gonna tell you that the real motivator for everything is results. You heard me right. Results is what really motivates you and what will motivate you in the long run. So find stuff that provides you with true and real results. And results can look differently for every single one of us. Let's take exercise, for example. I don't like running because I don't like the results that it provides for me. I don't like being out of breath. This is my result. I don't like having headache after I ran for like even 20 minutes or half an hour. I don't like even the results that it produces on my body. I don't see the muscle. I don't see that my body changes. I just don't like the results. The same is with home exercise. I don't like exercising at home because the results for me, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't see the results coming in as quickly as I like because it's only mostly body weight exercise and so on. But what I enjoy is weight lifting. The results for me are just amazing. I like how it shapes my body. I like pushing myself without being out of breath and super out of breath and just wishing I could die right here, but I still push myself to my limits. I like the results of being in this bubble, like having my music and training myself, not depending on a coach or a group. I just like having this moment and doing the weightlifting. This is a result for me as well because it calms me down, it gives me peace, it de-stresses my life, and at the same time I like the results that it gives to my body. So yeah, I love the overall results that weightlifting gives me. And this is why I like the process, but I also can bear with not being motivated and not wanting to lift weights all the time and still go to the gym because I crave the results. Exercise is actually a really good way to train your motivation muscles because researchers have found that people who exercise regularly have more stamina and discipline in other stuff like quitting smoking, making healthy food choices, and even with work, so they become more successful. So if you want to become more successful, more motivated, learn more discipline, start a regular exercise habit. Or let's take your job. For me, the result is very specific. I really want to use storytelling because I believe in its power. And the result for me, I see that storytelling is working and I want to impact people on an emotional level. And this is why I chose storytelling, because it gives me this emotional impact for people. And also, I like the result of being independent, of being in charge of my own time. This is why I could never be in a 9-to-5 job. I tried it, But I hated it because I just hate the results. I want to be in charge of my own time. I want to have days where I just don't work at all, or have days where I work for 12 hours, because I want to be in charge and I want to have this freedom. And this result is so important for me that I push through even when I don't want to write. And there are so many days where I don't want to write, but then I find solutions in order to keep writing because I love the results. And then will come the low. The low will always come. Believe me, even if you love what you're doing, even if you love weightlifting, running, playing basketball, or writing, or doing videos, or whatever you like doing, there will be low moments where you're just not motivated and where you don't want to do it at all. But those are the crucial moments, because if you push through these lows, through the non-motivational time, because you still crave the results as we talked about, you will be better, you will get better, things will become different, because you will realize that you're not dependent on this motivation. You can keep pushing, and on the other side you will create a habit. So how can you push through when the slow hits? The most important principle is leave yourself out of it. Leave decision making out of it. It's not a decision. It's non-negotiable. And I know that this voice inside your head will keep bugging you. This lazy monster inside of you will tell you, oh, why do you want to go to the gym? Or why do you want to sit down to write? Let's binge this Netflix series. Let's eat some snacks, and so on. And this negotiating in your head will start, but you need to stop it. You need to realize that this is not a decision that you're making. You've made it already beforehand. You're just doing it. It's not a question of if you will do it. Okay? For me, I know that I will exercise. Sometimes it's a question for me when I will do it, if I'll do it in the morning or in the afternoon, because I kind of need to be flexible with my day. But I know that I will do it. It's not a question of if. Even if this day is so full, I will find the time late at night to do my exercise. And why? Because I am a person who exercises. And this is something that James Clear says geniusly in his book Atomic Habits. You need to first change your identity. Who do you want to become? Are you a person who exercises? Are you a person who lives healthy? Are you a person who has healthy eating habits? Are you a person who writes? Are you a writer? Are you a creative? Are you a storyteller? So you need to change your identity, because if you tell yourself, I'm a writer, I'm a creative, it's not a question of whether you will create or whether you will write. It's only a question of when you can find the time in your day. And you will find it because you are this person. So first, change the way you look at yourself. And I know that many people who, for example, try to exercise, they struggle because they don't see themselves as people who exercise. They still have these feelings and thoughts about themselves that I'm not a person who eats healthy, I'm fat. Or people who try to be creative, they deep down inside, they think I am not creative. And this is just so not true. Change the way you look at yourself. And maybe you're not a person yet who's creative or exercises or chooses a healthy lifestyle, but you will become it if you change your identity first. And then you take decision making out of the process, and you can silence your inner voices that try to push you down on that couch, and you can stand up and do the thing even if you're not motivated. So say it out loud. Who do you want to be? What kind of person are you? Tell yourself, I am creative. I am a person who exercises. I am a person who lives a healthy life. Tell it to yourself and make it reality by proving it to yourself through your actions. And believe me, it will get easier. It will get so much easier. Why? Because on the one hand, it will become a habit. and the decision-making process will completely get out of your way because it will become a habit when you push through the lows. And 2, because you will become this person. It will be a part of your identity and you will want to do it. The motivation will not be there maybe, but you will still want it because this is who you are. Am I always motivated? Not at all. Do I fall off the wagon? Yes, I do. I do it very often. But the key is to fall off the wagon not as often as you stay on the wagon. So if you choose an unhealthy food, then it's fine because you choose it only, let's say, once a week or something. But if you choose it more often than you choose the healthy option, then this gets problematic. So watch out for your identity and how often you fall off that wagon. And another pro tip I have for you is to finish. I just recently experienced it when I finished writing my 3rd book. And this finishing energy, it's just so intoxicating. When you finally push through, and there was so many moments when I wrote this book, when I wanted to quit, when I didn't want to do it anymore, when I just wanted to stop, and I pushed through. And when I finally finished this book, I was so energized that I just wanted to go out and write another book. The finishing energy is something really, really magical that gets you pumped and that gets you really, really started and excited about starting this new project and giving you new energy. Why? Because you see the results that emerge. So whatever creative endeavor you're on, finish it. If you're trying to exercise, give yourself like a plan for the week, how often you want to exercise, and see it through. Finish it. And when you look back, you will be so energized that you will go off and do another week of exercise. The same with creative endeavors. So whatever you're doing, when you see the results, you will feel like you can conquer the world and you will be able to go and start something new. You have to find whatever you need to bring you the results that you want, and then you have to push through the lows, because the lows are the most difficult part to push through, but they count. If you can push through them, you will emerge victorious at the end, and you will finally start to see the results. And when you see the results, you will be motivated to push on and push on until it becomes who you are and until it becomes your identity and your habit. And also, coffee helps a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my YouTube channel, or if you're listening on podcast, subscribe to the podcast, to rate it. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you next time.